Hi, everyone. So, as you can tell, I am not at school today. Still feeling a little under the weather. And honestly, with all that talking yesterday, it kind of made it a little worse. Um, Hopefully, I'll be back in school tomorrow. But I decided to record the lesson for today and have you all follow along independently with your headphones on. Okay. If for any reason um, you do not have headphones, please go and grab some from the library. Ask the sub if you can do that. And Other than that, let's get started. So, the very top, it says a constant rate of change is dot dot dot. The variable we use to represent a constant rate of change is, as we all know from yesterday, it's k. So then if we scroll, okay, we are going to label these symbols as either the numerator or the denominator. These symbols are located on your anchor charts, those blue cardstock that you received at the beginning of the module that you should have been keeping in a safe place because you're going to get to use that on your test next week. Okay, that is what these pictures represent. The man with the money, as you all remember, he is the numerator. He goes on top. So money always goes on top. Time is a denominator. Okay, so that should always be at the bottom. And money, once again, is numerator. You can also think of the man, as you can see, the money bags is kind of cut off. You can also label this man as distance. Okay, now we are going to introduce the yaks. And if you all have your anchor charts out, you will see what it looks like already. If you don't, we're going to draw it together. Okay, so this is the yaks. Here's his head, his two ears, his face, body, legs, and you're going to make like this little squiggly in here, and you're going to put yaks right under. Okay, the yaks helps us to remember y over x. Okay, and we're going to get into that a little more right below. So we're going to go to problem number 1. Okay, so it says check out the table below. How would we find the constant of proportionality, k? Well, to find k, right, if we go back up to the yaks a little bit, we see that it is called the yaks to help us remember y over x. Okay, so if you look in your table, here's x and here's y. So that means y has to go over x. Let me fix that y. Which equals the very first one that you see is 10, 5, and 10. So we're going to put 10 on the top because y goes on top, and 5 on the bottom because x goes on the bottom. And 10 divided by 5, or 10 over 5, is 2. Okay, so if we do that with the other ones, we have 20 over 10, and that equals 2. The next one is 30 over 10, over 15. And that also gives us 2. I don't know why it always does that. And then the last one we have is 40 over 20, which also gives us 2. So our k is 2, and our equation is y equals k times x, which is 2x. Okay, so we're still doing the exact same thing that we were doing yesterday. It's just now we are trying to get you guys to familiarize yourself with X and Y. The tables usually are written as X on top and Y on the bottom, but to find K, we have to put Y over X and divide. So we're going to do the same thing with number 2. Okay, here is Y and here is X. So remember, we're going to do Y over X. So for number 1, we have 8 over 2. And that gives us 4 when we divide it. And let's just make sure that the rest of them also are 4, just to make sure we have a constant of proportionality. That means we need a constant rate of 4. Okay, so the next one is 16 over 4. And we get 4. Then we have 36 over 9. 36 divided by 9 is 4. And the last one, 48 divided by 12. And when we divide that, we get 4. So sure enough, our K is 4. And our equation is Y equals 4X. Okay. Now we're going to move on to number 3. Once again, we have Y and we have X. So we're going to put Y over X. First one is 11 over 1. And if you guys remember, this is our unit rate. This is unit rate, because remember, it's unit rate over 1. Okay, that's our picture. So that means that all of these numbers should divide to be 11. And if they don't, then we do not have a constant of proportionality and we wouldn't be able to write our equation. So if we take the next one, we have 7 over 3. Okay, and when you put 7 divided by 3 in your calculators, you get 2.333333 repeating. Okay, so we get 2.3 repeating. Then if you do the next one, 12 divided by 5, we get 2.4. And if we take that last one and we do 19 over 7, that gives us 2.71428571. I'm just going to take the first two numbers, so 2.71. And as you can see, none of these are the same, which means we do not have a K. So in this case, you would put nothing, okay, or you can put NA. That means not applicable. And your equation, we also can't write it. And our reason is because it is not proportional. So we cannot write an equation and we do not have a K or constant of proportionality if these numbers are not the same. Okay. So we're going to scroll down to number 4. Okay, so it says, look at the tables below. Which table shows a constant rate of change? Again, here is my Y's. Here are the X's. So we want to make sure that we are writing these correctly. So the first one, we get 5 over 1. and that gives us 5. The next one is 12 over 2, and 12 divided by 2 gives us 6. Last one is 15. That was really bad. 15 over 3, and that gives us 5. But because of this 1, 6, we do not have a constant rate of change. We do not have a K. So that means that table A does not work. So you can just cross it off. Next one is letter B. We have a constant rate of 3. That is our unit rate. So let's see if the rest of them are 3. If we take 10 over 2, we get 5. And I'm just going to stop there because I know that after this step, I do not have a constant rate of change. I don't have a K. So I'm going to cross off B. Next one is C. We have a first constant rate of 5. The next one is 10 over 2. And 10 divided by 2 is 5. And last, we have 15 over 3. Once again, that was a bad 5, sorry. And that gives us 5. So because all of these guys are 5, this one works. So we're going to circle C. And let's make sure that that last table, let's make sure that that one is or is not proportional. So we're starting with 2 over 1, and we get 2. Then we have 5 over 2, and this gives us 2.5. So I'm going to stop there already because I see that these numbers are different, and I'm going to cross off D. So only table C shows a constant rate of change. And the constant rate of change is right here. So our K is 5, and our equation is y equals 5x. All right. At this point, you can go ahead and get started on your independent, and you are to work on this independently. You can work with those at your tables, or you can work independently. You can listen to music. And please, please, please go to Dreambox when you're done or complete some of those spiral reviews. A lot of you haven't done pretty much any of the spiral reviews since the beginning of the trimester. And those are just to refresh your background knowledge on the things that you've learned so far so that you don't forget them. Very, very important. You can find the spiral reviews on Google Classroom. Let's see if I can pull it up. So if we go to our math period and go to classwork, if you scroll down to module 3, there's a spiral review class kick. Okay, and there's about, I want to say 5 or 6 slides. I gotta go in here. Not there. So here they are. Okay, so they stopped the week before Halloween. Just some nice little review for you guys to not forget, okay? Some puzzles and stuff like that. You can do these, or you can go on Dreambox. Remember, you need 5 lessons for the week if you want to be on the Dreambox wheel. I will post these notes on Google Classroom in case that you need to access them as needed. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and hopefully, I'll be back in school tomorrow. Thank you, and don't forget to turn in your independence at the desk at the front. Bye.